shots up veteran style. I still think about pride. I do. Things get better with time. Yet souls never undying as a haiku. These thoughts never can die. These tears never gonna dry when I lose you. Some hearts double inside. Your short head grow inch line with the Grinch do. I don't have time cause the race do. Factor in lies that are blur through. On the way up, slugfest. Some say no fair time sticking.
Welcome back to another Monday Evening Football Daily Show. It is November 7th. There's officially panic going around the NFL. Maybe just in a certain Wisconsin state. I don't know. But we got a great episode for you today. That's all we can say. We're going to have some good stuff. We're going to have some bad stuff. We're going to get into it. We're going to maybe cause a little controversy because obviously the Packers lost. We will get into it. We won't get into it at the current moment because we got to recap a lot of football that happened this past Sunday. But man, as a Packers fan, it's tough. If you go into Packers Twitter, it's even tougher. Everyone's got an opinion. Trade 12. Lil Wayne just came out. Let's just start off. Let's get right into the Packers. It wasn't planning to be my opening monologue, but we're here, and we're going to do it, okay? Lil Wayne came out and said, season's over, should have traded Rodgers before the season even began. Bro, come on now. Come on, Lil Wayne. I mean, I get it. You know, you're a Packers fan. You make some good Packers music for Packers fans. But you say you're going to trade the two-time MVP. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't in this situation. But Aaron Rodgers throwing 3 interceptions against the Lions? 1 on a pass to David Bakhtiari? It's not great. 2 inside the 5-yard line? You can't have it. You can't have it. And I've been saying it all year. Other Packers fans have been saying it all year. Run the ball. Run the ball. When Aaron Rodgers is leading your team in rushing yards with 40 yards, you're not going to win. You're not going to win. I'm sorry. You're not. You're going to end up being 3-6 or whatever the hell you are. You are not putting your best football out there. And yeah, obviously all Packers fans are upset. We haven't been here in a while. We haven't been in this position. And it's like bringing out the worst in Packers fans. And I hate to see it. And Packers fans, you being a little bitches, okay? You being a little bitches, taking a little adversity. You know, I get the season could maybe potentially be over, be done. You know, maybe not. I get it. I understand that. But let's just enjoy watching some Packers football. Maybe pick these guys up on Twitter instead of just fucking bashing them down. Let's pick them up. Hey, we didn't play well. Aaron Rodgers, he threw 3 interceptions. That's unlike you. You're going to bounce back next week and play better. And it starts with the run game. Let's run the ball. Run the ball. Run the ball. Open it up for you, Aaron. You don't have the wide receiver weapons. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. It's just a matter of fact. You don't have the weapons at the wide receiver position, but to only run the ball? What was it? I mean, you only ran the ball maybe 20 times? It's not enough touches. And the Lions defense, they're horrendous, horrible. You don't think we could have pounded the piss with the rock? Come on. The reason we are where we are as Packers fans right now is because we don't run the ball. We're still trying to hold on to identities that aren't identities anymore. They're past identities. But hopefully this game, if it showed us one thing, is that we should take our ego right out of football. And I don't give a fuck what type of pass play you have within the 5-yard line. Let's never run it again. Never run those pass plays ever again. Only run the ball when you're in the 5, run it 4 times, and if it doesn't work, hey, we'll be happy. We'll be happy. We won't care. But man, is it tough. Is it tough watching this brand of Packers football? But I do think there's hope, and I do think it's going to get better. So I'm not, my Sundays aren't going to be ruined by this. Like some of these Packers fans make it seem like their Sundays are going to be ruined. But Aaron Rodgers does have a lot of leverage with the Packers. But as Packers fans, we all wanted Aaron Rodgers back. So I see people coming out and tweeting like, hey, Aaron Rodgers holds all this leverage of, what he's going to do next year. If he can deny trades, he can retire. They could cut him, and there'd be $99 million cap space. so he holds a lot of leverage. But he's our 3-time MVP quarterback, 2-time back-to-back. So, it's tough. And I get it. Bears fans, you're seeing Justin Fields start to or Packers fans, you're seeing Justin Fields start to come along and play good football, and you're like, oh no, could this be the beginning of the end? Oh, woe is me, I've only had a 30-year good run of good football. But is this Packer team better than what they have shown on the field? Of course they are. Have they even started to play the brand of football that they should be playing this year with limited wide receivers, limited offensive weapons in the passing game? No. So, do I think that this gut punch is one of the best things that happened to the Packers? Sure. Hopefully Matt LaFleur really does some soul-searching inwards and they just say, hey, we're going to run the ball 30, 40 times. And if the other team can stop us and beat us that way, okay. Ball security, turnovers, got to eliminate them. And throwing 3 interceptions, I know Aaron Rodgers. I don't know Aaron Rodgers, but I know he knows. Hey, you're most likely not going to win football that way. But to say this is the fall of Aaron Rodgers, this is like, I don't think so. I think, obviously, it's overreactions. Everyone's very emotionally charged at the current moment in Packers fandom. Okay, very emotionally charged, spewing stuff that maybe they'll regret later. Maybe they will, and maybe the Packers do still squeak in there. Hey, that ain't impossible. We've seen wilder things happen. And I think, taking some of the pressure off the Packers here is only a good thing. It's only a good thing, but, yeah, frustrating loss to the Lions at least. Low-scoring game. Defense, you hold them 15. You think that should be damn good enough, but offense ain't able to put it on the board. Alan Lazard just short on that 1 yard. And, not great. Not great to see. But let's recap some of the other games around the NFL. Let's take a look at our Scotty's 12-leg parlay, see where we went right, see where we went wrong, and take a peek here. All right, Chargers over Falcons, we got it, we nailed it. Dolphins over Bears, we got that one too, we nailed it, okay? So here's where it starts to get a little messy. P.J. Walker, we thought he was going to be a guy. He struggled the first half, gets benched for Baker. Baker comes in, lights it up pretty well, not able to get the job done against the Bengals. Colts just get ravished by the Patriots. Bills getting squeaked out by the Jets, who seems like they're a good football team as well. It's just kind of crazy, the landscape around the NFL changing. We had the Jaguars beating the Raiders. Got it. Hey, we had it, right? Did the Bucs win? The Bucs did win. They pulled out against the Rams. We had that one too. So, let's see. We had the Chiefs over the Titans. Boom, got it. And then the last one would be the Vikings over the Commanders, which we got that too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We went 7-6 this week. So we're getting a little better on the Scotty's 11, 12-leg parlay, depending on what it is, presented by future sponsor. But we missed on a few. That we probably could have got. But we'll take it into account. We'll get the feedback. And, we'll make next week's 11-legger parlay much better. And we're all going to take those sports books for everything they have. So, all right. So we kind of recapped the NFL, the wins and losses. A couple quarterbacks had a few things in common. What do Justin Fields, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Patty Mahomes all have in common yesterday? They all rushed for a touchdown. That would have been a nice little 4-leg parlay if you're into those sorts of things responsibly to put together. And, man, we would have took the sports books for a lot of what they have. Am I calling a Lamar Jackson anytime touchdown today? Absolutely. I think we're going to add him right into the mix there. He's going to do his thing, and he's going to score a tutter. So it'll be exciting. Also, Justin Fields setting the regular season rushing mark for quarterbacks with 178 yards yesterday, edging out Michael Vick, which is great company to be in, to beat that record as a quarterback, and only 3 yards short behind the all-time leading all-time leading rushing mark for a quarterback in a game. Short 3 yards to Colin Kaepernick himself. So Justin Fields really using that mobility, the way he played in Ohio State, bringing that to the NFL, which is, kind of what he needed. He says he's getting better each and every week. As a Packers fan, you hate to see it, but as a fan of the NFL, it will only make it better, and that's a third market, the Chicago Bears, that is giant, that does benefit the NFL if they play well. But the way the Packers are playing, you hate to see it. So, that's neither here nor there. And it turns out, speaking of Justin Fields rushing for a ton of yards, it turns out when you're playing the Kansas City Chiefs and you don't throw to any of your receivers, or your receivers don't have a single catch, you're not gonna beat the Kansas City Chiefs doing that. All right, Malik Willis, he had I think 4 completions against the Chiefs to tight ends and running backs. So none of the wide receivers for the Titans able to get open against the Chiefs. And the fact that the Titans were still able to keep it close, obviously, Derrick Henry being a big part of that, but not being able to catch a single pass for the wide receiver room, it's going to be a tough Monday, Tuesday, as they're getting watching the film and getting that broken down. But it won't be great. And, 0 catches against Patrick Mahommes from the wide receiver group and the Titans, you're not going to win that game. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to win that game. But speaking of a wide receiver who is making catches, making plays, Tyreek Hill still out here doing his thing, being a cheetah, being cat-like, having those reflexes where he can catch the ball any which way. And he says he feels like a kid in the candy store with the Dolphins, the way that he's got Tua throwing him the ball, the way he's got Mike McDaniels scheming him up. He's super excited to be with the Dolphins, and the Dolphins are really good and only getting better, and that has a lot to do with Tyreek Hill himself. So, Tyreek Hill is having a game. Doesn't even miss the Kansas City Chiefs, it seems like. It would appear he doesn't even miss them. Obviously, Lil Wayne being frustrated over the Packers season, says they should have just traded Rodgers before the season starts, which I do think is just a little bit of an overreaction. But I understand he didn't play well, and that's your franchise quarterback who you pay him a lot of money to do what he does. He's got to play well. He's got to be the rock on this team. And just having a performance like that against the Lions, it's not great. But is Aaron Rodgers trying to set something up here to make a run, to go for it, to go all the way, to tell all the Packers fans, shh, relax, we got this, we're running the table? Is he doing something like that? I don't know. I'm hopeful, trying to speak it into existence for all of us other Packers fans. We'll see what happens. That's all I'm saying. But we don't need to go and sell the team or anything like that. Unlike the Commanders and Dan Snyder, the potential sale, what he did last week, we talked about it. Getting some interest from some people, some very rich people, obviously. And we'll see what starts to develop there, as essentially Dan Snyder kind of put that for sale sign in the front yard this week, and the calls are coming in. Jeff Bezos was one person that I think everyone knew, which the thing with Jeff Bezos is apparently Dan Snyder doesn't like him, so they find it hard that he would sell him the team, but we'll see. I mean, money talks. Josh Harris is another guy that's interested. Matt Ishbia and Byron Allen are a couple names that have been floated around that have been interested, started to call, maybe kick the tires of, hey, what could this Commanders team be? And that's going to be excited to see that ramp up. Hopefully that does come to fruition, because obviously Dan Snyder is a schmuck. But it would be also nice to see. And then let's take a look tonight. Switch our gears here. Obviously we got the Monday evening football broadcast of the game between the Ravens and the Saints tonight. We're obviously going up against our good old pals, good old streaming buddies, Peyton and Eli. We're going to wipe the table with them in this broadcast. But let's take a look at what we got here. Obviously, Michael Thomas, he's out for the rest of the year. Hoping to get back, just never quite made it. And then on the Ravens side, Lamar Jackson, he is going to be exciting. Going to be exciting to watch here. Roquan Smith on the defense, a new addition from the trade this past week from the Bears. Also, Roquan came out with a nice post saying he's thanked the Bears and the fans for, all his time in Chicago. Excited to be in Baltimore. We'll see how Andy Dalton does. Looking for him to give a lot of checkdowns, give a lot of opportunities to Alvin Kamara, really the strength of that offense. And we'll see what the wide receivers do for the Ravens. That's been their point of a little bit of struggle. But, Devin Duvernay and Rashad Bateman, two guys there to keep an eye on, to potentially have big games and help the Baltimore Ravens, elevate against the Saints. And then Chris Olave for the Saints would be a guy to watch. Keep an eye out for him. He's going to have a pretty good game. I'll probably put him in a little parlay. Make sure you check out later on the Monday Evening Football Daily Show Twitter page for our bets tonight in this game. So, obviously I gave you one already. Lamar Jackson, take that to the bank anytime, Tutter. But should be an overall good game. Spread's pretty tight on this one. 1.5. Ravens -1.5. So, should be a good football game. Excited. We need it. We need a good football game. We need to bounce back, have some good Monday evening football, and let's just keep it going, Let's just keep it going. And, Packers fans, it is dark right now. It's so dark. It's so dark. I don't know how we go on from this. No, I'm kidding. We pick ourselves up, we dust ourselves off, and we start cheering for our fucking team, and we do it with pride, and we carry that G, and we get excited for some good football, okay? Aaron Rodgers is going to get it figured out. Matt LaFleur is going to get it figured out. We're going to start pounding the rock, and it's going to be good. And we're ending the season on a little bit of a run here, and you still won't be happy because we didn't make the playoffs, but at least we didn't lose in the NFC Championship game again. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, of course, but at the same time, I'm not. Let's just have a little optimism. Let's have a little enthusiasm. It's not so doom and gloom, guys. We've had so many years of great football. We're struggling right now. Ain't no denying that. We're struggling. But we're going to right the ship. And it'll be great. And I don't need Aaron Rodgers to say that because I'm saying it. And we will see. So, we will be back tonight for the Monday evening football broadcast between the Ravens and the Saints. That's all we have today. Packers fans, stay up, stay healthy. We'll be back, baby. We'll be back. That's all we got for today. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you all tonight, and we will see you on Wednesday for the next episode of the Monday Evening Football Daily Show that's a little less daily nowadays. Thank you, and have a good one.